honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elders, the great millstone. Salutations to you, Waki, that are teaching the truth in city across the four corners of the earth. We the Gmsatl Ba coming at you with another highway and byway edification for the elect. As you see, we're in trial time. More how our temptation zone, which is the RFID chip. The mark of the beast. That's how we do it. We're to the tribulations of everything that has been going on thus far. This is all the Lord history today of saving the elect and destroying our enemies, man. See what happened at the Capitol in D.C. You know, whether it be staged or not, you see where the government mind is in. The government mind is ready to commence martial law on you damn herds out here. Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
That's what the Lord told us to do. So you just so happen to come across the video or come by here and I was walk by and see
Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, they are faithful and true.
And our forefathers which the Lord prophesied back in their life today. We saw to book of Daniel. We're back in their life today. We see the word of the Heavenly Father. And these words that were written by those men are happening today.
Come on. Verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee.
So we ain't fearing the threat of the government. When they start locking down the cities with troops, you know, working up and down the street with M16, telling you to get in the line to get vaccinated and to get pierced with that syringe that is filled with the RFID chip. We're not afraid of those times. We're not afraid to go hungry. We're not afraid to lose our jobs.
What we look forward to.
Yeah, we look forward to these days. Why? Because that's us closer and closer receiving paradise that we promised to Jacob.
Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, that speak against thee.
Yeah, that's why they banning the content of what we push out on social media platform. You know, they're doing away with that, so it's going to be a famine of the word. We're not worried about it because we know that our works has been done through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's all we can do. We can't lift up swords and go against the government like you've seen the Proud Boys and those that was at the protests in D.C. Nah, we ain't coming in that spirit because our warfare is not coming.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
All you jakes that don't believe in the truth, from so-called Negroes all the way down to Latinos and everything. Y'all don't believe me, y'all don't argue. Both sides of the judge, great wrath. Whether you get hit by a bus, whether you get hit by a straight bullet, by dancing to a TikTok video, no matter what, you're in the club, the Most High is going to get you. He's going to put you to death because you didn't hearken on to the words of life.
Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
And that's what the Lord is doing. The Lord has brought plagues in the earth. As you can see, the Crown 19 then brought the strain of the Crown virus that the government implemented on the people. Why? Because you know the government is through with you peons anyway. But the Lord is sending that because it's prophecy. Prophecy really matters, man. This is the spirit of Yahweh Shah, the testimony of Yahweh Shah. Because this world is ruled by wickedness, but the Lord said He's going to uproot wickedness. Wickedness is not going to dwell on the earth.
It says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Yep, their hurtful works are fulfilled, man. read a lot of things on this. Jake, you need to wake the hell up. It's high time to wake up out of sleep. Get up out of that slumber, man. You want to become a rapper, you want to become something in this world.
Right.
Forget that. Get your daily bread and send up prayers to the Heavenly Father, because the Most High is about to send Esau. He's coming down with great wrath.
Yep. Yep.
Watch those movies, man. He's already coming to your house, demanding you to take the crown vaccination to a nearby doctor in the hospital.
Well, he was coming for and they was coming door to door for the census.
Right.
They never did that before.
They never did that before.
You know.
Everybody catch something every day. AIDS.
Now they're not coming door to door to get the shot now, but they was doing it in the UK. But don't be surprised if it happens over here, you know. And this is why the Lord says your strength is to sit still, okay? Trying to do, you know, fulfill your dreams here in this country is over with, man. These celebrities and these actors and all these, man, they can't fulfill nothing. Hell, the government, they can't even congregate. So how much more the people, you know, that you look up to? So that means you really are in the best position to watch these videos, work your job, and like the brother said, pray to the Lord if you watch these videos. You know?
That's what we see. Right now, we're in a new Passover. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
Heard that woe to the inhabitants of the earth. The word woe goes into destruction. It's going to do nothing but chaos and destruction out here in the land of America, UK, everywhere where Esau developed countries are, and its allies, it's going to be chaos. But mainly for the wicked, which is Esau. Most High is tearing down their infrastructure, their foundations. He's uprooting them. Why? Because the wicked should triumph for only a moment.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows that he hath but a short time.
Yeah, in New York, they got a bill up. I said that SB 4116. It's a legislation that authorizes you to have concentration camps, put you in concentration camps and detention centers. All of those are just links from the executive orders that your favorite president, James, Barack Obama signed in 2012, the NDAA. Look that up, National Defense Authorization. He signed that.
Now, when it comes to treasure camp, that goes back to Rex 84.
Yeah, Rex 84, yeah.
Back in the 90s. But basically that goes back to, like the brother's saying, the detaining of American citizens in internment camps. You know?
Yeah. And you already see he set up checkpoints to get you vaccinated with this Crown 19. He got checkpoints at your local church. Your church is shut down. So they go to show you how much power your churches have.
Well, those are government buildings.
Yeah, those are government.
Them 501c3, those are government funding buildings. That's why they can get a building and get all that. Yeah.
They're taking for their truth, which the
Yep.
Lord's talking about you Israelites. Because the Lord ain't dealing with these other nations. So you furnish that table for that truth, you know what's going to happen next. The devil has this deceit. So everything that you take from the devil, the Most High is going to allow you to get recompense from the devil, which is you.
Yep.
Job 14, verse 5, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Yeah, Esau country was only founded 245 years ago. In the year 2021.
What 200? Yeah, 45. 45. We just do 45 because 1776. Yeah, for 245 years.
I mean, they didn't have the one, but we're gonna rule for ages.
Ages.
We are a world without end.
Yeah, that's going to be an infinite kingdom. Exactly, a world without end, which is infinite. And I think the opposite of infinite is finite, I think.
Yeah, finite.
Finite.
Yeah.
Which is limited.
Yeah.
Esau lived in this is a finite kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's what material. material perishes, they break down, economy break down, they lose their wits, they fall, collapse.
Like you said, you can see the reflection of an economy or an empire by the way they women act. So the
Yeah,
women
the morality.
like harlots. What you think the king or the head of that society is acting like?
Oh well, hey, before we started up camp, some black bitch just jumped out the fucking damn car and started damn twerking in the middle of the damn green stoplight.
Yep.
And then got back in and then rolled past us and started laughing.
Well, that shows the status of America.
You know what I'm saying?
The status of America is falling down, man. The Lord has laws, statutes,
I said like that on
commandments to
purpose.
govern
Y'all want me to get
a nation. And the Lord is about to put us back on top as the first families again. Not these damn Rothschilds, not these damn Rockefellers, not the Clintons, not J.P. Morgan, none of them. We're going to be the first family again. Thus say Yahweh Shem Yahweh.
Yep.
This is 2nd Ezra 6,
Almost
verse 8.
3-1.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau.
Think of that shit
9,
cute.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it and follow it.
Everybody has to say whether they be the truth or not. It feels like the end. We're at the end of the world. They came out with movies 2012. You know, the apocalypse. All of these things are coming into fruition. Why? They just want to show it to you for entertainment? Nah. These are the things that are happening, man. Not only in other parts of the world, but at the most developed country in the world ever, which is America. You know, the king, cash is king all across the world, which is America money. It's respected all over the world, but it's crashing out. That's why the government initiated that RFID chip, because you know its time is short.
Yeah.
Its time is very short.
And well, now all the central banks are investing in digital currency, so they're gonna go from using these cash dollars. That's why now, you know, really like, you know, during the pandemic, they was basically saying, you know, you have to have exact change because there's a coin shortage. And then now you go to these stores, you can't get no cash back because they're not really putting cash into these ATMs.
Yeah, you're limited.
You know, it's very limited because they're going to start pushing these digital currency soon, and you're going to have some kind of card or something, you know, or they'll just go straight to the chip.
Yeah.
You know, because they're already shooting you with the shot.
Right.
So it's easy for them to say, well, you know what, we got a microchip shot too.
Yeah, then it's a national emergency.
Right.
So instead of them having the cash in circulation to increase, to stop the death by passing the flu on, as they say, they just going to get you into the Internet of Bodies, IOB, or Internet of Things, IoT.
Yep.
They're gonna you're gonna be the next innovation of things for the government.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful way to put it. Human beings are going to be the new innovation. That's the new thing, which is transhumanism.
Yep.
So that microchip implant that's coming, you know.
Yep. Because they already coming out with articles about how the chip is helping people to. Well, it was a man that once seen only black and white. You know, he had
Yeah. Now you can see in color.
He had a satellite on top
Yeah,
of his head.
he got like a little
His
antenna.
radio,
I remember that.
Yeah, but now he
Did
took the
video on
chip, he can see in color.
Well, you know, Elon Musk, he got that Neuralink brain microchip that could he wants it to this year because he said it last year. So he said within a year's time he wants it out there to the public. So now we got what, a few months,
Yeah.
and you can have the brain chip out. So who knows what, you know what I'm saying?
False miracles.
You know,
Yep.
or the beast.
Yep. And everybody's wrong with it because some people may be paralyzed.
Oh, and he's now the so-called richest man in the world.
Oh,
So the richest man in the world is going to do what? He's going to push the brain chip, the brain implant. You know?
yep. And everybody's going to store his sayings up to the heavens.
Yep.
But poor wise men like us, they're going to rebuke it. And particularly you James. Go ahead.
This revelation chapter 13 and verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Yep.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had a wound by a sword and did live.
I did. So I held on to it until it.
This whole system that's changing into the mark of the beast.
The new normal. This is a new image. What you see, this new lifestyle. You know, this is a new image of the world.
Minority Report.
Yeah.
You see, they were booking people prior to the actual crime, even though they thought it. Really, all that goes back to the scriptures. Because if you commit adultery with your wife to another man's woman, then you broke his law. That's why we have to be changed. Esau, he's doing his wickedness on the left-hand side, like, oh, well, he's a terrorist. Before he even do the crime, they just lock you up. That's what Esau's doing. With this chip, ain't no telling what type of vestments Esau's going to go to build your private life, which he's already done anyway. The TV and your homes, they showed that in that movie with Will Smith. Was it Bad Company? I think it was Bad Company when Will Smith was in that movie. And the dude had the chip in the teeth. One of the siblings.
Oh no, that was.
Watching.
Yeah, Enemy of the State. Enemy of the State. Yeah. Bad Company was Chris Rock.
Yeah, Bad Company. Chris Rock.
That's the one me and Gmsatl was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, Enemy of the State.
Yeah.
They already had that technology early 2000s, late 90s. I'm looking for it now.
It really hit in the late 90s, really.
Yeah, all of the techno.
The microchip did.
Yeah. Because, I mean, years prior to that, they already did studies on it to develop the hypothesis. So the conclusion is, well, this is going to work for our society that we put in place.
Well, you had this one guy. His name was I forget. I believe his name was Warwick. Kevin Warwick in '98. He was the first one that had the microchip. He's like a professor, and he basically tested out on like college doors and stuff like that to make it work. I think he tried to give it a virus. That was in '98. So now, you're talking about 22 years later, 23 years later, you know, what's next to come? A more developed device.
That's why, and that's the reason why this vaccine is such a big thing. Now, let me get back to that.
They did that in what, 6 months?
But this vaccine is a major trial run for the people also. This one is getting to desensitize people dying from vaccines. So it's just like, oh, another person died. But it's literally millions of people getting lined up. You see? But that's getting people in the mindset, I gotta get this injected in me when this crisis comes. When this crisis comes, the government more than likely is gonna shut it down. And then they're gonna, because if this isn't the chip, the next thing is gonna be
Right. The next thing gonna be the shit.
This is the precursor. This is the perfect setup. This is like the you know, you have the grand entry where you have the flowers and all these different things to decorate for the major walk.
Yeah, it's like the red carpet being laid out.
The red carpet being laid out.
Yeah.
And they have no other choice because America is in the Great Recession already and the Great Depression. So the only thing people are going to be dependent on is the government because the jobs are taken away, especially the mom and pop stores. They used to be open all year round. Now you don't see them no more, even on a regular business day, without the holidays being in effect on the hours.
Yeah, a lot of them just being, a lot of them don't open every day. They might open 3-4 days a week now.
Yeah.
Well, it's the Great Reset, so
Yeah.
a lot of people are just getting erased, obsolete to the society as a whole. It's cold-hearted, but it's the truth.
I mean, they'll come back when they introduce a chip, but it's like, this okay now, you want to come back?
Probably not.
I mean, probably not. I'm just saying that opportunity, because it say buy and sell. You won't be able to buy and sell now, or sell anything if you ain't got it.
Wants to buy and sell to 500 million.
Yeah, it's corporations.
Yeah. Who knows how long it's gonna take?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know.
Because they don't feel like they're going to initiate their policy because they all part of their family.
Verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
You take the chip.
You take that
You want
chip.
this business?
you're telling the Most High that Esau is your master forever. Like the
Yep.
scripture, the Lord, Exodus chapter 21, verse 6, that all being pierced in the servant, Hebrew servant ear to stay with his master. The Lord is going to have you jakes that don't hearken unto the truth. He's going to have you sell your soul to Satan. He's going to come back and destroy you.
Sell your
Revelation
soul.
chapter 14, verse 9. Because we was bought with a price. That's why our life it's not free will.
Verse 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and
Why
bond.
he's going to call you? You think that it's called now? Everybody is calling back in their knees, hands and knees to the government to help.
Yep. That's all that was.
Yeah, these food lines and all that, especially the women. I read an article yesterday. The women jobs are basically eradicated. And the percentage for men jobs went up like 16%. Like, I mean, a man should be as a hiding place in that day. The Lord's proven that scripture to you. But ultimately, the infrastructure of America is done to where the people have to go to Esau,
Yep.
so-called white man, with hands and knees. I mean, on their hands and knees like dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it says, Jacob was in a state of warfare. And the spirit of Yahweh Shalom was straight. You know? But a lot of these different jakes, they want the vaccine because they have all kind of underlying illnesses. They need these different treatments and as such, you know, because what? They trust in oppression.
Psalm 62, verse 8 tell us not to trust in oppression.
And it also says, envy not the oppressor, neither choose none of the ones.
And that whole thing at the Capitol, that was proving that you people want the government to do something. Pressure from above, pressure from below. So what's the problem is the government ain't doing enough. The reaction is boom, 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 boom. Come do something. So the solution is going to be, okay, here you go.
Yeah. We're going to get more National Guard. We're going to make sure we're better equipped.
Don't get tighter.
We're going to get tighter.
All you people that see your life.
Let me read again, verse 16. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Yeah, so if you don't have that chip, you don't have that chip inserted in your hand, you're not going to be deemed as a citizen in America and elsewhere in these other developed countries that has the same image of the beast.
Yep,
which is
that's
a
true.
system that's going to be ran by whether you can sell or buy.
And everything gonna be and everything gonna be biometrics. Cause right now, I did a video on it in Japan. They have it to where basically facial recognition, they can identify you even with a mask on. But you have to. They'll say first you got to upload your picture to a data. You got to have your face in a database. So then even with the mask on, they can match your eyes and your cheekbones and everything with your mask. Even with your mask on, they know it's you. But look now they're gonna do it at ATMs. Yep, they're gonna do it at ATMs, and that's gonna come over here. So if you go to the ATM, if you're not in the system, if you're not a part of this, you won't even even if you don't have the chip, they can say, oh, you're not in the system. You might not be able to get your money out.
Yeah, even with Social Security cards, they're doing that. Real ID is going to turn into that chip.
Yeah, real ID program.
All your data, information is stored on that chip. Okay, nothing without. When the Lord told us, it's chosen. It's what we call it chosen. He told us, he said, be as pillars. So we're going to be like no man, go in here and there.
Yep, no man. You here and there.
Don't be worried about people scoffing at us in that day either.
Oh no, we really ain't worried about it at this point now.
We're going to get the last laugh.
Where you at? You want to finish it out? Yeah, cause stick. Yeah, break. Yeah, break it off.
Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man.
That's why the Lord said in Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6, wisdom of God is really of thy time. So when this actually, this system occurs, you will have the understanding and wisdom of what the Lord is.
That's why these other Israelite groups, they don't, you got the chip sign up? Oh, go try to get the chip sign. Okay, you got it. Okay, cool. But look, right? See, these other Israelite groups, they don't understand that what's being set up right now with them moving, money around and taking away money and adding money and giving you money and changing the way you move around with the financial system. All that's leading to that mark. They got different legislation set up, and that was all last year. All that information was coming out. Yeah, Esau gonna deny it. He's the devil. Of course, Bill Gates gonna say, nah. The hell you think he's gonna be like, oh, y'all caught me red-handed? No. Of course he's gonna deny it.
So it's that word, I forget the political word.
Oh, it's called a plausible deniability.
Yeah, plausible deniability.
It's like you I can deny it, but guess what though? For you guys like Johanna and Bishop Nathaniel from IUIC and these other groups, man, the Lord ain't dealing with you, man. He's not dealing with your congregations. It's easy to see what's going on. That's why the brother just read about the wisdom of knowing what this mark is. We get the knowledge is there, but you're not getting anything from it. You're denying it.
Then they play this game and they be like, well, I'm not saying you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Well, that's Zabot. That's what HOI do.
But what I'm saying, Esau does the same tactics. That be them.
Oh, yeah.
There's those different
Yep.
styles of debate. Because debating is an art. That's one thing with Esau. In order to be a politician, whether you're the president or not, you know how to make vague statements. And just leaves a blanket sheet there for media interpretation. But we know what it is because we read the devil.
Yeah.
You're a fork-tongued devil like nation. We ain't considering most people out there don't even really consider him. We ain't considering is he actually out for our good? Like, nah, he's the devil. What he said is a public statement or a public gesture to put us down, whether it be directly or indirectly. Whether they want to do the slow dip and go through the process and let's just tighten the ghettos and let's just do this.
Tighten the
vaccine
ghettos.
Blacks first.
Yep.
Or it's just an aggressive message. That's the reason why you have different economies. Far left, you got far right, you got different, communism.
Yep.
There's just ways how they keep the tight.
It's a council of, Esau side is like a council of it's 100 plus Edomite devils there. It's probably like a council of 300.
Yeah, right.
That make decisions.
Six men.
That's what I actually engaged in.
Right. But yeah, the council of 300. Yeah, it's a council.
Esau. The brothers gotta also remember there's different knowledge of Esau. Right? It's something important. That's a major importance. That's why Israel fell. Because we got different houses of Israel. Even though we're a nation, what it says, we're like a nation within a nation. Everybody has their own philosophies and ways to go about it. The Northern Kingdom wasn't feeling this the
Southern Kingdom,
of
yep. Southern Kingdom, yep.
Same thing with Edom, Esau. That's why you had even war with Ham. You had with the Egyptians, Mizraim. You had a Nile Valley, you had Upper Egypt versus Lower Egypt. That's why the scripture says, I shall set that was the context of that. I shall set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Yeah.
And in modern times, there are modern day Americans, which come from the different houses of Esau, showing in Matthew 12, how Esau's house divided against itself, or the nation of Esau is divided against itself, shall not stay.
Well, the whole Brexit thing, that's what that is. The European Edomites ain't even getting together. And that was prophecy. You got it out.
You see these principalities, spiritual wickedness,
This is 2 Corinthians 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah, we're not entering to take devices. One of the devices that we promote is RFID chip. They already said in the article, CBN article last summer, early last summer, that these syringes, millions of them, in the hundreds, are filled in these syringes that they're going to initiate amongst the masses. So it's here. It's here. They're not entering to take devices. They're not entering to the lies of the sun.
And they say that, which I mean, it's probably not. They could have went back on it, but you know the chip is coming.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Doing more testing and upgrading to other optimization companies. Because this society is being squeezed tighter and tighter with the restrictions of the government. To the point that people are losing their livelihoods. We're not entering to this device. This device is just, like you said, great reset. Squad. There's a book written by their author about the Great Reset.
Oh yeah, it's a great reset.
Yeah.
But you know, if I've been saying, bro, with that great reset where Jake won't be lost in the sauce, so to speak, is because I was meditating on this. It's like the world is going back to an ancient world in a modernized way. Like everything that you do is going to, in these times moving forward, it's going to play against you or help you. So like in the spirit, it's like it's going back to a time where it's like, remember you were saying earlier, men are going to be a high place for because that's an ancient world way of being. This place is about to reset. You depending on the system. You depending on Esau to make sure you get good, your livelihood, or you're depending on Esau for a job. You're depending on Esau for security. You're depending on Esau in any way. You're about to fall terribly. Because it's going back to the way where you're going to have to really hold it down yourself. Provide for yourself.
Yep.
Self-sustainability.
30 minutes.
Read their history, man. Require of our forefathers. See what happened when the Maccabees was on the earth at that time. How they went into the wilderness.
Went to the wilderness.
Yep. And they had herds and stuff in the wilderness. They took care of it.
Shit, that was a reset.
Yeah, that was a reset.
That was a reset in this room.
That's that reset is happening. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
This is Revelation 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
And the word patience means to suffer.
Yeah, the Lord is going to try us in these patience in that time, suffering. But the Lord also said we're going to be delivered. Sirach chapter 2. The Lord ain't never turned his back on our forefather Abraham, our forefather Isaac. You know, even our forefather Jacob, man. When we went against that Hamite, when he raped our sister, what 12 tribes sister, Diana.
One of our foremothers.
Like, how do you say it? I said, how do you say it?
Yeah, the Hamite.
Dinah.
Yeah, Dinah and Levi Simeon working.
It's like, how do you say it?
The Lord didn't say Jacob though. Levi Simeon couldn't spark the
Yeah, whole world. Like, cut Simeon's ass out.
Yeah, so
Cut their ass
most
out.
live us in these times. You may come across, you might not eat in 2 days, but here it is, you got a walnut tree down the street, and you may just come across a walnut. Most high might put in your mind. Take some water, for a few hours, and you may just come across the
That's why we got to get spiritually disconnected from this place and get in that mentality to really challenge ourselves. You should, they're speaking about a meat shortage soon to take place. Get in the spirit of cutting meat open. Not saying that's what you gotta, like it's mandatory, but even at certain times, challenge yourself, man.
Yeah, because it's just a taste.
It's just stimulation, and even in the spirit, men in the scriptures, what is just always because you had times when you would have to fast. You had times where, like even Daniel, they wanted to get certain spirits off them, so they ate quotes, So it's
about
yeah, basic and abounding. And I'm not saying like, hey, I don't eat no meat no more. You know, but even that time, like just learning how to cut back. Yeah, you know, cutting back on your alcohol. You know, because
Change your diet, like all that is
America gets you with a mentality of like everything can just be dropped off at my, which literally it can
At this point, yeah.
That don't mean I ain't gonna go to I ain't gonna go, you know, do certain things to actually, you know, walk towards.
Self-sustainability.
Yeah.
In the ancient world, you could not just go to Kroger.
Right.
In the ancient world, you couldn't just go to Kroger and go get 2 pounds of chicken thighs.
Right.
You know, in the ancient world, you just couldn't, you know, have supplies, drone drop to the front door. You know, you had to, whatever you wanted, you actually had to go.
Yeah, you either grew it or you raised it.
Right. The scripture speak about if you don't work, you don't eat.
Yeah.
So, like you said, this place is going to feel the effects of living on that dainty, lazy lifestyle of just thinking that everything is just a phone call or a text message away.
Yeah.
Yeah, the king's meat.
That's why Paul spoke about abasing in the bound. You can, the thing about righteous men, I'm gonna throw it back to you, is you know you can be elastic, so to speak. Brothers have that spiritual, you know, in the spirit of the Lord gives you the spirit of being elastic. When I say elastic, I mean able to stretch far. You know, because like you have gum can be compacted. It can be very, very solid.
Yeah.
Resin, you know.
Yeah, resin's like that. Yeah, resin.
It can stretch very far, and it's multifunctional. You know, it can stick, it can act like an adhesive.
It could dry and be hard, and
It can dry and be hard. You can utilize for certain, you know,
glue stuff
it's the
together.
same thing even in the spirit. When you low, you know how to be low. The Lord raises you up, you know how to be raised up. In the same mind frame.
Yeah, Yahushua, he obeyed the principality. It was written about how Yahushua, he subjected himself to everything that was on the earth.
He be like
just go
Majin
around,
Buu. He was like gum.
his power because he was the whole time he got his soul. He even told them that during his life that he could send down 12 legions of angels, but he didn't.
Fantastic.
So that's us in these times. We know how to be abound, basic.
And that's discipline.
This is about it. And then you see a way out, and there's no way out. The way out is mental first. So Micah chapter 2, verse 10. So without mental mind, we will be getting out of this place.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Rise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. That don't mean you get a plane ticket and a passport to go overseas. Now it's talking about get your mind right with the Heavenly Father and Son. Repent. Because the time is spent in the Most High is about to be havoc upon this earth. Starting with the rulers. Go ahead.
And you try, because you might try to rise in the port physically, and your ass gonna land in a place worse than America.
Right.
America is not the worst place in the world. It's actually, if you really want to be technical, it's actually one of the best places in the world.
Yeah.
Best of the worst.
It's the best of the
Yeah, best of the worst. Yeah.
And those other economies are finished, man.
What?
You know, you go to Mexico, certain parts of Honduras. Hell, you got women getting dated. It's not box rock for a damn for as much as the price of like a what was it? A $60 like $60-$70. I had posted that documentary over there in the Honduras. You could actually get women getting killed for like $60, man. And it's droves of women that's just getting knocked off, man. Then they have the There's certain economies that just jacked up, third world countries, places that just suffer the poverty, they ain't even got drinking water.
Yeah.
You know? So the Lord set us here for a reason.
Yep.
And this is the place of the great deliverance. You know, this is the major epicenter. Not saying brothers won't be delivered from the sin before quarters. This is going to be the epicenter where everything takes place.
Babylon the Great.
Yeah, Babylon. Yeah. The only. Yeah.
Lord said in Isaiah chapter 43, bring my sons from the west, bring my sons and daughters from the east, bring out back from the south, bring forth.
Yeah.
Most scriptures are coming to pass right now. It's going to be a family of the word. All these things are coming to place because because the Most High must lift up Israel out of this lower state. So we departing from this world, meaning not going to this world, not taking the machination, not taking the chip, not consuming the Christianity doctrine that everybody can be fucking saved. Well, history proves that everybody can't be saved. And the Bible is the #1 history book because it leaves off Israel having a standard in the world.
Yep.
Which that standard was stripped away from us. And they rewrite history, whitewashing the things and making it seem like Esau was the holy.
Well, the Bible, right? The Bible, you have a lot of books, you have a lot of history, you have a lot of faith that's written down, that was written down a particular group of people. It's a known fact that the Hebrew Israelites wrote the Bible. All right? But you have the whole world trying to apply themselves. You have different nations and different ethnic groups trying to apply themselves to the blessings of the Israelites. But you also have other like you have the Egyptian Book of the Dead, for example. That was a ritual book, for the Egyptians, the people in Africa. But you don't see the whole world trying to attach themselves to Amun-Ra and Isis and Horus and saying that Horus is going to save us. All right. The same thing with the East Indians. They had the Vedas. You had one particular story, the Bhagavad Gita, right? Which the hero of that story was Rama. You don't have everybody trying to saying that Rama is my savior and Vishnu and Krishna are going to deliver us. Like, you don't have other ethnic groups trying to apply themselves to the East Indians book. So what the hell makes the world think that they can attach themselves to the Bible? The Bible, its context was not written for the whole world. It's one particular group of people and one family. That's it. That's Amos 3:1.
Only the Lord only knew us.
He only knew the Israelites. That's
We're
it.
the only family that the Most High knew.
But what makes the Bible over all them other, because those are myths, those are just stories. But the scriptures hold true. The Spirit bears witness with the truth in us and the truth in the world.
Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 23. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for.
Yeah, but it's coming.
From the hills,
Tighten it.
from
No,
the multitude of mountains. Truly in the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, our power, the salvation of Israel. Jeremiah 3 and 23. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. Truly in the Lord our power is salvation of Israel.
Yeah, so we're not supposed to depend on these other governments that's over us. Because the mountain of Israel belongs to the Most High. He's our king. He's our lawgiver. So into Isaiah chapter 32, verse 22.
Put it in your pants, right? Put it in the front part of your pants.
Looks like way down the street, as far as I can see, like looking out the windows of
You look like
They got looking on docile, passive, not knowing what's going on. They have to hope. Like Jakes, the Most High is going to wake you up with a rude awakening.
Mm-hmm. And well, it's the same Jake that was in the time of Samuel that said, "Give us a king like the other nations."
Y'all brothers move over.
So this is Israel. Israel is always, like you were saying, sovereign. The original plan for Israel was to be sovereign. The Lord was going to be our king.
Yep.
We had the Levitical priesthood to serve as the services and so on.
And just certain judges,
And that's it.
That was it.
That was the original plan, but that wasn't even good for our people going back to the time of Samuel, King David.
Yeah, that's why we had judges. Yeah, you're
That's how we got
right.
Saul, because
Yeah.
our people always wanted a king, so it's no different. They looking on Biden like, be our king.
Yep.
It's the same spirit, and they
Yep.
gonna get judged by us.
Yep.
Yeah, you just look for the quick fix. Yeah, Most High said don't crash. Wait upon the Lord. And the Most High will have us in due time. The Most High knows our thoughts before he allows it for us to know our own thoughts. So how much more now? Most I said we should be punished for all the iniquities that we've done in our past, all the way up to now. But the Most High said he should not, Jacob should not be consumed. We know we're coming in the time of Jacob's trouble. We know that the Most High is about to come back and save us. So all we're doing is sitting still. Wait till this thing overpass, not following after damn Gmsatl
Jay.
Flash.
Flash. Grandmaster Flash.
Not following after that.
He's talking big boy shit, man. He's likening himself to Moses. All good about
Oh, sorry, anybody coming
The
in
Lord
here?
said, even if Moses and the Lord came before the Lord and prayed for you, the Most High was trying to accept your sacrifice.
Oh, okay, no, you good.
So even when he comes to us in the last moments, and this society is about to be broken, and the Lord save us, because the Lord did say in Zechariah chapter 8, y'all going to grab the skirts of the men of the Lord. You're going to grab them and go, hey,
We're going to go to the bathroom.
that man that I heard on YouTube about the Lord coming back, what's the name? What's the name? It's going to be too late.
Yeah.
The Lord says he's going to laugh at you. He's going to laugh at you. You took the liberty time that the Most High gave you to go up on the computer instead of being locked down on Esau's plantation, getting whooped to get back the chains on. He gave you the liberty now to just look up and research him, which is his truth. But you loathed at it. You hated it. You wanted to go out. You wanted to go shopping. You wanted to ride to that boosie over down the street. I got the stickers car. You want to ride Ferraris and stuff all day instead of making life a living sacrifice.
This is Isaiah 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
Yep, all you jakes that voted and still have that voting spirit on you, the Most High is going to get rid of you. Whether it be by the Crown 19 or whether it be by flesh-eating disease from the water in your bathtub.
Yep.
Because you jakes, we stay in the lowest parts of America, man. You may have the dunghill right around the corner, like they got in College Park, but all the jakes are staying there.
Down the road on Western Chapel.
Down the road on Western Chapel.
You head down Western Chapel, it's a dump. It's a dump. It's a dump down that way.
Yeah, and the Most High said he's going to raise us up from the dunghill, first 7 chapter 2. But the Lord is letting them plagues walk into your home, man. From the TV, 5G frequency, it's giving your babies cancer, because a lot of these cell towers are giving the youngest cancer. I read that article a few years ago. Underlying diseases.
And that's just him just weaving out. Cause you know, hey, the wild grapes gotta be weaved out. You know what I'm saying? So in order for the Lord to rise up anybody, which it is his hope for elect, he gotta get rid of the bad fruit that's been causing all the problems.
Yep.
You know?
If your name ain't written in the book of life, that flavor of your spirit that you have on this side, it's not going to be esteemed as important. You're going to follow our flavor. Whatever spirit that Zakaria have, what does Zakaria have, that spirit is going to be magnified. That spirit of Jason being treacherous, glorified on this side, it's not going to be esteemed in the kingdom of heaven. You're going to be considered as the least in the kingdom of heaven.
Well, you got that what
Because you hearken unto the Heavenly Father. You put that work in to be the least, you get that work out. I mean, you get the reward out.
you got that Daniel 12, it says what? They're gonna be an everlasting shame.
Yeah, everlasting
They're gonna
shame with contempt to the Most
yep.
High, lift that up off. Because we're going to be ruled for ages.
Go ahead. And stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong.
Yeah, you trust in Esau's army. Yeah. A lot of you Jays got tricked too, man, like enlisted in the army because of a better opportunity, college. You want to get certain things in your life, which I was battling with somebody else at one time. And the most I had to, and you Jays trusted in his man because we have things to offer. Because you're in the lower state. But you got to know why you're in the lower state. to really be consented with what the Most High gave you. Because this thing is temporary.
But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord.
Yeah, y'all don't look unto the Heavenly Father and the Son, who you ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ His Son.
Con.
Which the pastors in these churches, which are locked down due to the Crown 19, go to show you where their spirit is at, or where the spirit of that so-called church is at, because the real church is the body of Yahweh Shai, which are His men. Where's the help in that? Where's the help in these churches? You don't have no help in these churches.
How is this helping? This church right here, you know, literally right beside us,
Big
across the street. It's one hell of a big ass church. But how they helping you people? Okay.
Right, they helping you seek the Lord. They helping you break down the name of the Lord.
Mm-hmm. They had a whole.
And the Son named Yahweh Shai.
They had a whole gay marriage in that church last week.
Oh yeah, last weekend. Yeah.
They had a gay marriage in that church. How was that beneficial to a man with testosterone, man? Come on.
Congregation of the Dead.
And it's called Saint Mark.
Yeah, United Methodist Church. Come on, man.
A lot of UJs are into that. A lot of UJs are Methodist. A lot of UJs are Jehovah's Witness. A lot of you UJs are in baptism, Christianity. All of that is about to be washed away by the Heavenly Father, by nuclear ICBM. Most I say we go right to destroy the God on the earth.
That's right.
Those are false gods that you worship.
Yep.
It's Isaiah 32, verse 9.
Yeah.
Rise up, ye women that are at ease. This Isaiah 32, verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Verse 10.
Yeah, let's talk about the men first. Because, you know, we the heads of the nation of Israel. But also you women too, though. Because you women are out of order too as well.
Verse 10. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women.
Yeah, all you successful women, especially down here in Atlanta, the Lord is taking away these jobs, these welfares that the government has for in this society. The Heavenly Father's taking that. Now you're going to be like the women that the sisters in Venezuela and other parts of the world, selling your body off for a can of tuna, for some Michael Knights. Selling your body for Michael Knights.
That's all.
But that's how it's going to be. It's going to be that confusing. In 2 Kings, I think around the 6th chapter, it talks about how Jake was selling dove dung. You know, they would use the dung of the dove as salt upon their food, whether it be their baby. A lot of you women, a lot of you family, Jake household that don't hearken to the Lord, you're going to eat your babies that is besieged that Esau is commission on this society. You're going to eat your babies, you're going to solid, you're going to boil your babies, you're going to fry your babies. A lot of you Jakes like 5 people, you're going to have 5 babies. Why? Because you know that the word of the Lord. Somebody read second
For the vintage shall fail.
Yep, the vintage is going to fail. Yeah, you're going to get the mark of the beast. You're going to be able to buy and sell, but it's going to be limited. Everything is going to be rationed out to you.
That's
Just
right.
like people, UBI checks, universal basic income checks, that don't have any jobs. You think they're about to go out and look for other jobs when there is no job out here to look for? Majority of America work in retail industry. Walmart, Kmart, Taco Bells. All of that is going to be back away.
The gathering shall not come.
Yeah, the gathering should not come. That welfare check, that $500 groceries.
Oh, smart.
It's going to be done away with. It's going to be eradicated.
554.
Matter of fact, Fine. Verse 11. Tremble ye women that are at ease, ye troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yea, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city. Kind. So we know, man, that these women ultimately will be exposed, man. Okay, we know that they're going to be stripped, man, during the time they take stuff. We know they ain't ready to go to their hair did, man. Okay, they ain't ready to do these things that they're accustomed to doing around to that one break on top of things. Okay, we know it's not going to anybody to come back here and help these women, man. Okay?
Yeah, man. And a lot of these people are going to need help, all right? Hey, there's nothing that's going to allow you to escape the judgment of Yahweh Shemel Shah once they crack, man, all right? Once he get the prophecy up and rolling, hey, there's nothing else that can save you people, okay? Bro, you need Yahweh Shemel Shah to save you about everything, man, all right? Within your daily walk, man. Hey, you need Yahweh Shemel Shah, okay? Hey, you got to pray over your food, man. You got to pray for your household. You got to pray for your woman. You got to pray for yourself, man. You got to pray for your kids, man, okay? Because that's what it's going to boil down to, all right? No matter what kind of gun you got, what kind of Glock you got, man, none of that's going to save you from the judgment of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Because one thing you people forgot, man, is Esau coming with that great rap, all right? You get that Revelation 12 about the shop? Okay? He's coming with that great rap, man. Okay? Now, if he have you just scared to stand beside a person without 6 feet, then, hey, man, hey, it's over for you people, okay? This devil has set up a system to have Jake believe that, hey, he's really in danger, man, if you don't have a mask, okay? And it's just that simple, all right? Here it is. We have the swine flu, we have the flu, we had cancer, all right?
Still do.
Yeah, still do, all right? Doing mass numbers. But here it is, little COVID-19, they chose this specific virus, like it, to cause a whole pandemic, okay? And a lot of Jays don't think about that. Okay, hey, what about the flu? What about the swine flu? Y'all been, touching each other and getting close, partying, bullshitting, all right, all your lives, all these things going on, man. Okay? So COVID-19 got Jake back up against the wall inside doors, man. Okay? Because it's about that time, man. The Lord chose it like that. Okay? Shut America down. You got the Revelation 12?
All right, this is Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, you heavens, and you that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Yes, man, because they know that they have but a short time, man, okay? They know it's getting tight, okay? When you have regular citizens going to a Capitol, bomb rushing it, okay? To that extent. Successfully, looking all crazy, all right?
Motherfucking success, man.
You got people in costumes with fake painting, all right?
Untrained, not even the trained devils. Finished backward devils, man. You had one of the most finished devils in America fucking sitting in Pelosi's seat. She sounds like a big nigga.
One of the members of Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, one of the members of Duck Dynasty. And then it's so, isn't it coincidental that they have the same fucking dude that was painted on The Simpsons? Yeah. On The Simpsons. How do you have an animation that's in the show? The Simpsons probably done show like 500, 600 events that I already. And you know what's factual about The Simpsons? A couple bullet points. One, it has the most episodes of any other show in TV show history.
I think it's 30 years.
30 years. Simpsons dominant. Yeah, The Simpsons. Yep.
This is 89.
And also you have this one character, Mr. Burns. He represents the elite. Mr. Burns went to Yale University. He was in the Skull and Bones. He graduated Yale University. He was in the Skull and Bones. And also, he has every disease known to man inside of his body. He does. So all this stuff is all by design. That's how creates these things deliberately.
Yeah, deliberately, okay? So if regular citizens, okay, you go into the Capitol, that lets you know that your power is dwindling, man.
Okay? That lets us know on this side of things that the Lord is soon to come back. All right? Each day, man, ain't no telling what's going to happen tomorrow. Ain't no telling what's going to happen next week, next month. Okay? Right now. Okay? All right? Hey, man, it's all types of events happening, and it won't slack, man. We're going to get into that these properties ain't going to slack, man. It's going to continue to increase on you people. All right? Until, hey, this place be utterly destroyed. All right? Ultimately. What you got, Doc?
All right, we'll go to Job. This is Job 21 and 27. Behold, I know your thoughts and the devices which you wrongfully imagine against me.
And he put the spirit, started with the apostles and elders, and those all the way on down, to make those devices known unto us, man. All right? So that we won't be ignorant of those devices. Okay? Yes, man. Everything that this devil is doing, like the brother was beautifully expounding on, that it's just designed, man. Okay? Y'all slipping. Y'all getting caught with all types of guns. People getting caught stacking up bricks for people to throw at it.
And now Esau hunting those individuals down that was in that Capitol building like they fucking deer now. Right. They allowed that to take place. All right, you got your fun. Now we finna, Big Brother finna be on your ass. Thanks for exciting that event. And they even got sites that you could actually even hire, not necessarily militia groups, but rioters.
You can protest. You can rent protest.
You can rent.
Just rent a crowd. That's what it was.
Whenever there's propaganda, there's people that, whenever people gather, you have, the word propaganda means spread. So like propaganda. But good, when they say good propaganda or bad propaganda, it's still propaganda. It still spreads something. So Esau uses those negative forces to push a plan, push the narrative.
Like I say too, they brought back Gmsatl Ba. You know, they brought him back from the scene. Last time we heard of him, he was in jail for some charges. Now they got him back in the scene. So that's gonna be another device that's gonna, keep Jake tracked up with this, saying that he's part of 144,000. You know,
yeah, he's an agent, man.
Yeah, he definitely.
That's not even how the federal system works, man. When they come and grab you up, they grab you up.
Yeah.
Like for him to be having on bail, for him to be out on bail, he said something. He had to. That's how that system works. When the bills come against you, they already have a case built on it. It's like, what's it, 90% conviction rate? So if I was a member of that 144 squad, I'd be looking at him like,
yo, we in trouble.
Nah, not even we in trouble. Like, why are you here? Why are you not in jail?
Well, he was behind Donald Trump at that
It's just the truth. Yeah, and what the Lord's doing, he's just exposing everything, man. Okay? From the highest to the lowest. No matter who you are, man. The Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah, which is our power, right? He's gonna expose you people, man. Okay? Whether it be through internet, okay? Or someone catching your ass on camera, doing something, okay? He's gonna expose you, man. And that's what he's ultimately doing to America, man. He's exposing this great heart that you people put y'all trust in, man. Okay? It's gonna be known that this world's gonna have a great fall, man.
Alright, this is Proverbs chapter 19, verses 21. There are many devices in a man's heart, nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand.
Yep. That's why we're still able to come out here on the highways and byways, week in, week out, in season, out of season, to prophesy this place, man. To prophesy towards you people, to warn you people, all right? Because this is his counsel, man. If you want to be a better man, you got to come back to the scripts, man. All right? That's the only way, okay? If you have a sense that, hey, his name is Yahweh Shemel Shah, okay? Ain't supposed to be eating pork, ain't supposed to be getting tattoos, then, hey, man, take this counsel, man, all right? Because nobody else ain't giving it, all right? The pastor, whoever runs this church ain't giving it, okay? Yeah, man, allowing that sodomite marriage to go on right across the street, man.
Counseling you to go slap the hell off.
Yes, man. That's a man looking at another man in his eyes saying, yes, I am okay with you doing it, all right? What type of counsel is that?
Yeah, in Roman Catholicism, you have, what's the the forgiveness in Roman Catholicism. I forget how to say it in Latin, but Apostle Ba was going into that.
I do know what you're talking about.
I forget how it goes, but basically how you can pay off your counselors and whatnot and confess your sins.
Yeah.
When you confess your sins, you might have to do some type of payment or oblation, and then he'll counsel you in the right way.
If I make that real quick, but a lot of these churches are these very fancy not stainless steel, but stained glass. It'd be a lot of criminals and street people that do that. That'd be their ways of doing what you're saying, paying off their.
Oh yeah.
The churches be picking them out.
Well, New Jack City show you that.
What's he saying?
What you doing here, Pastor? What you doing here, Pastor?
They get paid off. And then you will see that in a lot of those, really it be the heads, these different departments. They had this one Jake, he was a scammer, but he said he decided to be a pastor, because one thing about pastors, and they show you that even on the show Ozark, they good at washing money, man. Some of them get into that money washing. Why?
Laundering.
Because you have that 501c3 chart, and you see how they actually get donations and income.
Yeah.
You can wash money in churches.
Yeah, because you can't tax that.
Yeah. And that's how people clean their money. Wire shows up too. Yeah.
And the wire, yep.
And that's not the counsel of Yahweh Shem Shai at the end of the day, man. Okay?
And what Esau, and I'm going back to Esau, but Esau set up these plantation churches anyways and gave them the counsel on how they ought to teach. To show you that on Birth of a Nation. When Nat Turner started teaching outside of the counsel that Esau counsel, he slapped him in the face like a bitch, like he yoked up. Slapped him down.
Wham! Trying to come back at him.
And then he was like, slap him a hole, And that's when he started girding up. But how many of these other jakes get slapped in the mouth and do the same thing that Nat Turner did? None of them.
And them slapping you in the face today is them probably taking your church away, etc. Okay? Esau is gonna crack down on you people, man. But at the end of the day, on top of that, the Lord is coming back to crack down on you people.
Cancel.
So there's no escape. Okay? You got it, dog. We can get that on 2 Corinthians.
All right, this is
that definition.
This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
And he won't. And I said that humble, okay? Starting with the apostles and elders of that Jerusalem, all the way up to us and so on, hey man, we're going to be 10 steps ahead of the game. So the Lord, hey, it's already written. It's already written that he's going to defend us. It's already written that he's going to guide us. It's already written that we're going to get spiritual power, okay? And it's up to us to believe in Yahweh Shem at the end of the day, man, okay? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Like, bro, we know what the chip is, okay? And you
know what the mark of the beast is.
Yeah, we know what the mark of the beast is, man. Okay? But we already see that they're prepping up for it. All right? Like this, man, it happened so quick. Hey, if you go inside these stores, they already have those little glass walls or plastic walls set up, different lines, arrows on the floor. Just that quick. Okay? They already got the brand on the window saying 6 feet apart. Okay? It happened quick, man. A quick transition. All right? Meaning what? Once that chip comes, it's gonna happen quick. Stores around the corner is gonna happen. Quick trip. All right, to your quick trips, to your racetracks, to your Shell gas stations. All right, to your Kroger, to your Walmart. All right, to a store near you.
Right.
Okay. They're gonna have the chip ready for y'all, man.
Right.
Okay. Just like these stationary, these different C19 vaccination centers. Okay. Hey, that's how you know it's gonna turn to an RFID center, man.
And I'll get right back to you. And just like a quick testimony, you notice that most of these testing sites are on most of these testing sites are on church grounds.
Yep.
Whenever you see them with the tents or whatever, usually we're talking about 501(c)(3)s. They usually on church grounds. You see, the churches really push that shit.
Hey, the spirit, man. I've been living on my side of town. The priest know there on my side of town, and I've been over there about a year and a half. There's probably about 4 or 5 churches. Like,
oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. That big one right there. That big one.
Big church.
Yeah, that big one right there.
It's called Big Miller. It's called Big Miller Church.
Yeah, Big Miller. Yeah.
So I see all that to say it's about 4 or 5 churches. Like, the spirit had me like the last month. I just walk every day. I'm driving Sunday
like, this church be dead. These churches don't even be doing shit. So I'm like, okay, Sunday come around, like tomorrow, like you brothers out and about, drive by and see if these churches these churches don't do shit.
No.
Like I said, you know, it's to the time now where it's like, man, they're just there to swindle you into feeling that you're at peace when you go in there. Because these churches don't do shit. It'd be like, okay, it ain't nothing going on here. You might just see all you see is food banks, basketball tournaments.
You might see a couple buses
Voting.
come in and out. That's
Voting.
it.
That's all
COVID-19
Yeah,
testing.
yeah.
All the churches were used for voting.
Yeah.
But you seeing that you don't even need churches because this COVID is,
Yeah,
you know, niggas they commit suicide because they can't go to church, man.
Right. Everybody
They was still, you know, that's why
It's still functioning.
they was still going to those strip clubs,
Yeah.
right? Man, they don't care about that. Who really cares is these heathens, all right? These Moabites, these Edomites, okay? They the ones that are going hard for it.
Yeah.
All right, and we already know the world's going to the hand of the wicked. All right, hey, things is going to go for these Edomites.
And they have a lot of investments in those churches too. Those churches are investment, you know, big boy investments. So daycares, grants and things of that nature. You know, like I said, it's even certain ways you go, you know, do write-offs and do certain things. That's why the pastors are still active on Instagram and these different sites, man.
When the last time you seen a church shut down?
Yeah.
It has been a whole panorama this whole year. And bro, you don't even see for sale signs in front of churches. Like, who's paying? If we know for a fact
Oh, it's like
unemployed, bro, you got
no, it's like, I just want to say, I did see a for rent sign right there. It's off of you got rent, but it's not the church. You can rent the gym.
Oh,
church.
that's right across from my house.
Oh, that's oh yeah, okay.
right, see?
Oh, okay, yeah.
You
See,
can't rent the church.
yeah, I mean, you can for rent that shit.
Those churches don't go out of business.
Yeah, they don't go out of business. It's just they're always owned by
They're bought
somebody.
and paid for.
Like, think about that. If all the members in the church are affected by the job loss, leave it to the news. Everybody's telling us that the country is suffering from the fact that unemployment is skyrocketing. People are just dropping dead. You know? Like, if all of this is happening, who the hell is lining these pastors' pockets with money?
Right.
Who is keeping them in these cars? Who's keeping, like, who?
Lacing them
like,
up.
I'm seeing the spirit, the subject matter that brothers is bringing in. Or how are you people not seeing these things with your own eyes?
Yeah.
How are you not in your own, driving through your own neighborhood, wherever you live at, and not noticing? Bro, these churches, bro, it don't be nobody in front of them on Sundays. It don't be nobody parked in the parking lot on Wednesdays. And we was growing up.
Yeah,
churches-
Wednesdays used to
Wednesdays
that
was church
Bible
night.
study night.
That was Bible study night.
Because that's like in between the week, and then you go 3-4 days later, you go to church. 3-4 days later, you go to Bible study.
Well,
I never went to that
One
shit.
thing about it, two things for sure. The church is going to be here until the missiles drop.
Oh yeah.
You know why? Because Matthew the 24th chapter said it's going to be after the days of Noah. The people were eating and drinking and giving the marriage to the flood came.
Running the rocks.
You got to think, they're going to run to the rocks, and that's the different houses. Just because it's a famine don't mean that churches can't be lodged into. You
Yeah,
might
come
come
straight
to,
to field.
which
Like
is,
the Jesus.
I went to a couple times, the movie Silent Hill, of Brothers Believers.
Oh hell yeah, that
Silent
shit.
Hill, yeah.
Bro, took the
game
skin
was
off that
good.
bitch.
Oh yeah, but that was
They ran into a church.
The church was supposed to be like a holy center that you would be sanctified and be
Right.
saved from outside of
But
yeah,
the climax of that movie and most of the shit that happened was in that church.
in the church. Yeah.
The Purge. They ran to a fucking church and got shot the hell up.
Oh, it's
Bushwick.
Bushwick.
Bushwick ran into a church. Shit got shot the fuck up.
Those churches gonna be set up as centers for Esau to take.
That's the worst place.
That's
It's
gonna
the
be
worst
that's
place.
gonna be masses. These are gonna be places of massive sacrifices.
Hey,
I'm-
through the spirit,
I'm running to the
in front of
bluff.
church. Look at the door. It's real. Like,
Yeah.
you go blood in, blood out.
But it looked like a Satan's castle or something.
All the churches you drive, if you
Damn
catch
Dracula.
your eye, all these churches down up and down P Street, all these type of churches, their front doors red.
As a matter of fact, somebody gets Jeremiah 5.
How many times this particular church been on the news and it's up and running? Okay, this church been on the news so many down times I can't even count. All right, but it's still up and running. Meaning what, man? Hey, there's something behind these churches, man. If you still going to church in 2021, man, you are offended.
Trust in the church.
Yeah.
That's your center of protection.
Yeah, get that Jeremiah 5:26.
You want Jeremiah the harlot house?
He in the spirit.
25:26.
It's Jeremiah 5:26. For among my people are found wicked men.
Yep, for among my people are found wicked men. And that's predominantly since the subject matter is dealing with those churches. You know? And it actually displays how they're wicked. Keep going.
All right, verse 26. For among my people are found wicked men.
They join to the house of the wicked. Because when you go into the book of Malachi, it speaks about how Esau is the border of wickedness.
That's right.
Conform to the ways. It tells you to be not conformed, but be transformed. But there's a lot of jakes that actually cut. You know, keep going.
Continuing on, it says, they lay wait as he that setteth snares.
They lay wait as he that set of snares. Keep going.
They set a trap.
They set a trap. Keep going.
They catch men.
They catch men. Now, how do churches and pastors set traps? They gather you to the pasture. Because what? You being a sheep, you know, as sheeple, they that's how they get, they captivate you or indoctrinate you. You know, tell you you're wrong for this, that, and the other, but as long as you trust in Jesus Christ and get your daily donations system, that your sins will be wiped away. You see? But then they'll reserve the day of Saturday to you know, transgress and then repent on Sundays. And the pastors, you know, they speak in a form of not judging, and then they don't even go through the scriptures.
They be like, Jesus wept, and then that nigga tell you 2 hours of his own goddamn story.
Look, I guarantee you, the amount of pastors that actually walk past Israelites on the street, hundreds, if not thousands. Thousands.
Brother, hold on. We cannot forget a few years ago, the World Jehovah Witness Conference was here. The World Conference. Remember they had Jehovah Witnesses? Hey, I know. Remember they had the Jehovah Witness Conference here a few years ago? They had Jehovah Witnesses on every corner through the city. So you telling me that, like you said, they don't see us on the highways and byways? They did that a few years ago. They were here from Russia. They were from Mormons from Russia was here.
And they don't know a damn thing, those Jehovah Witnesses. None of those religions. We used to debate. You know, back in the that was how we used to get our rocks off, so to speak. You know? That's when I first level of like when I moved to the Canada and I would catch the martyrs, you know, at the time they would have those Jehovah pictures. They just be sitting in the cat. You know how it is when you ride that martyr, they had a Jehovah Witness. Yeah. Then they're trying to throw the basket. Oh yeah. You know, I got time, man. Let me go ahead and start. I got time. Give me a little punching bag, man. That's what I used to do. I'm just being honest. When I first came, you know how it is when you got that zeal.
Yeah.
But I just used to, you know, punch her with something.
that scrappy deuce.
And you see, like, man, they ain't know nothing about it. Then they'll look at you like,
they used to know me, boy. They used to, hey, watch out for him, man. He's gonna tell you what you're going to
The priest sent the Jehovah Witnesses to the next neighborhood. Hell no.
But yeah, you see that, but that's the spirit. Then they would knock on the door, and this is even a couple of videos where those Jehovah Witnesses would knock on doors. Apostle R, I remember one of his oldest videos. Y'all that Jehovah Witness. And he spoke about how Job was an Oriental, but Apostle R was going into Orirat, which means just the word Oriental just means from the east.
From the east.
You want to debate a pastor, all you gotta do is break them, get into the breakdowns, get into the definitions, get into the words, and their hands start spinning. You know, they might have came, and you know what? They be like, we ain't coming back. There was so many times women came to our doors, and then, you know, at times, like I said, in that zealous stage, you start going to the scriptures, and you see they're not taught. That's the thing about it. These Jehovah Witnesses, whether they're Jehovah Witnesses, Mormons, Christians, Catholics, they're not taught the Bible. They don't go into the context. I can pull out so many scriptures through the Spirit, and you brothers can too. We can pull out so many scriptures through the Spirit that would just crash a whole Jehovah Witness or their whole hard drive.
You know, it's easy to destroy
their mental hard drive.
You can destroy anybody that believes the scripture, that say they believe in the scripture. Just read Genesis. Read Genesis, the first chapter to
Genesis
the 10th chapter. Genesis chapter 1 to Genesis chapter 10 shuts down everything.
Yeah.
It's the truth, because there's too much history. You just can't skip through that. That's deep-rooted history that you must know. That 99% of the people that dive into the Bible, if you ask them who is this, who is that,
Where is this?
Yeah.
How does this apply to you?
Yeah.
They hear this, it'd be sparks and smoke coming out of here.
Yeah, because majority of these individuals don't actually read. So they like to see that reading. We're gonna go back to that. Because the point is, their pastors are taught. They teach them not to read the Bible. They teach them a religion based on 2 to 3 scriptures. They're basically spiritual minimalists. As long as I know this, that, I know I'm good. I know we gonna make it. You know, and then they just go from there. And if I pay my tithes, you got it.
Jeremiah 5:27. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of seed.
As a cage is full of birds. You see those bird catchers? Like the major reside places, like what do they call them? When Peter be going to those spots? When Peter be going to those cage, the chicken joints. Have y'all ever seen it? Like Peter workers, they'll go like
Oh yeah.
Peter.
When they'll have like those chickens or those slaughterhouses or whatnot. If you actually see those, it be full of chickens, man.
Yeah.
But then they had this one video. Peter actually went in and they had the ducks, and they had the actual butcher joints, and they actually put their necks on them, but one of them actually strapped up. It almost killed that dude, man. But I'm gonna send that video. But the joints would be full of chickens. They're just like major slaughterhouses. And the Lord said, as a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. That means it's a lot of lies. It's lies on top of lies, deception. Cause what? They get the rhythm, then they start hitting them, and you hypnotized before you know it.
Yeah, put spirits on you.
Next thing you know, you're like, man, look, whatever I made, I'm gonna give it away, man. My pastor. I done bust my ass 7 days. Oh, what was the pastor that said that he wanted the jet, and the chick was everybody in the congregation wanted to get him the jet.
IUIC said that.
That was Creflo.
Creflo.
Yeah, Creflo, the IUIC.
And isn't his last name actually Dollar?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
His one church that's up there off of Jimmy Carter in Norcross. The church is actually off of Dollar Way. The street is Dollar Way.
It's not coincidental. Like, man, you was born to steal money. He was born. Creflo was born to get that.
Fucking
dollar,
thief.
You know?
His lot was to be a thief.
His lot was to be a thief, and he's a good one. You know. But keep going.
Right, continuing on, it says, therefore, there become great.
And I'm speaking about just one of many. It's an article, and this came out years ago. I know you really remember when I said that churches have accumulated over 400. Type that in.
400 billion in tights. So like the 70s.
Billion. I thought I said the 80s.
70s, 80s, yeah.
Since the 70s and 80s, they have accumulated over $420 billion in time. And how much have they gave back? Has the state of the economy of blacks went up or down? It went down. But you look at these pastors and they live. That's why you be seeing these certain cars.
These nice cars.
These
Yes.
nice cars. Those pastors.
Nice houses. These people that you go into these nice restaurants and your favorite parts of your city, the people that are in the restaurants are mostly pastors and pastor wives.
Yeah, pastor wives, educators, stuff like that.
And they all about, see, these pastors, they love the economy, man. They keep the economy going. These pastors, these pastor wives and things of that nature, they want to actually invest. They want to actually build. You know, like, while we in the world, you know, scripture says use the world, don't abuse it. But they trust in oppression. They do not want America to fall. That's why they're the enemy. You go on. Oh, you have that? Yeah. Read them.
It says Catholic Church National Wealth.
Read a little bit louder.
Catholic Church National Wealth. It says the investigation extrapolated that figure to estimate the church's national wealth at 30 billion.
That's the church's actual national wealth?
Yeah, that's only a Catholic church though.
Only at 30 billion?
Yeah.
Yeah, and all these religions were created from the force of the sword, first and foremost. The reason why majority of those South Americans are Catholic, was it by choice? Did they just read, and you know what, and sift through this religion, this religion, this religion, this religion, and figure out what resonated with their spirit and actually made a decision? No, their mother and father were Catholic, their grandmother and grandfather was Catholic, and their grandfather, great-grandfather and great-grandmother was Catholic too. And it was from the force of the sword.
If I can say, like Deacon is saying,
that lines up with the doctrine of discovery. That's why you had all these so-called European discoverers come over, and they brought over that image of Cheshire, and they lined our people up and say, if you don't bow down, they're gonna kill you. So that's why, you know, your mother and your grandmother in that generation is into Catholicism or Christianity.
Yeah, and you have those false, and it ain't just black. See, we always talk about black pastors. Those Latin pastors bugged out too. The ones in South America that be teaching us
Just West African pastors?
West African, man.
Oh, yeah. That's a whole other can
That's a
of worms.
whole nother.
You ever been to African?
Nigerians,
African
Christianity.
They got
Nigerian,
white
African
Jesus demons on them, man.
Yo, it's a whole American. It's a whole African denomination.
Yeah.
They had the video of he was spraying that shit on her private area, and she showed her moving and shit like tap dancing. Man, come on, man.
Like them demons, she probably went harder after that video.
Well, who doing holler?
There was this one video that went viral. This African priest. He picked the lady up and threw her over the damn chair.
Damn.
Hey, excuse me, but that video was funny as hell, man. That he picked her whole body up and threw. Like, what is that gonna do? Is that gonna take demons off her?
You about to kill the bitch.
You know what? A lot of them Nigerians over there. That's a lot of Levi over there.
Yeah,
But they got this one video.
Oh,
They
they
got
kill-
this one video. Pastor had the people eating grass,
Ugh.
eating grass for prosperity.
because what they
Did
do
y'all
is,
ever see that video? I'm gonna send it out.
yeah, they had
They was eating grass. He said basically you eat grass, and we're gonna get back to the scriptures. We're gonna have to get back to it, but you know, he had them eating grass, and it was supposed to be for prosperity, and the people was eating it. Like literally, here it is. They running, they jumping into the grass, mouth first, slit like they cows or something. You know what happened? Majority of them had stomach sickness. They was throwing up, and I'm pretty sure majority of them went more than that. Keep going. That's deception, man.
Jeremiah 5:27. As their cages full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore,
And those pastors be having spirits on them, man. For you to actually, you know, have your congregation eat grass. Oh, like this guy Jim Jones.
Yep.
Jim Jones was a pastor, man. He
Waco.
was a pastor. Huh?
Waco. Whoever that was, who was that in Waco? Was that?
yeah, Jim Caress. Yeah, David Caress.
Yeah, he was a big boy pastor too. He had a big following too. And they killed his ass, but he was another pastor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the word pastor simply means basically a leader that leads a pastor. You know, pastor and pastor, you know, could be somewhere. And matter of fact, somebody look up pastor etymology. You know, you gotta get into the word. That's
all right, Jeremiah 5:27.
Oh, you got pastor? Go ahead and get that.
This is pastor on online etymology. It goes into shepherd.
A shepherd, that's it. So what is a shepherd? Shepherd is a compound word, a sheep herder. You herd sheep. And a lot of times you herd sheep to the slaughter. Period.
That's why the scriptures speak about wolves and sheep's clothing.
Wolves and sheep's clothing. You see, what is the purpose of a sheep? To be led to a certain pasture. To eat. No. But where are they hurting you? They're hurting you to your death. And along the way, they're gonna shave you down.
Yeah, they're gonna make money off of you. They're gonna milk you.
They're gonna milk you.
They're gonna milk the shit out of you.
They're gonna milk you. You know, they're gonna let you actually produce the young. You know, sacrifice them. That's why they allow you to abortion. Abortion is a sacrifice of the young. And you know, back in the scriptures, they would actually make them pass through what does the scripture says? You shall not let the your children
Pass by the fire.
pass through the fire.
Fly through the fire, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So they'll actually sacrifice their children in the society, and their pastors actually condone it, man. Because that's part of the people actually being led to the slaughter, and their children's children being led.
A lot of pastors are pro-abortion.
Pro-abortion.
Keep going. Okay. It says one who has care of a flock or herd, spiritual guide, shepherds of souls.
Spiritual God, shepherd of souls. But they bring your soul to his damnation, to his ruin. And then by the time you about 60, 70 years old, that's all you know. Your pastor will beat you so down, and this world beat you simultaneously. Because every time you take an ass whooping, you got this pastor stroking you down like it's all right. And not telling you, not fueling you up with rage. You're supposed to be angry. The scripture says the Most High is angry, he's furious. They really rip your emotions out of you and make it feel like, all right, this is normal to get these type of answers. That's why they actually set up individuals like Nat Turner. Nat Turner was a pastor. Before Nat Turner went on that rampage, he was a pastor. But you know what? One thing about Nat Turner that made him different than other people today, in those times, he had a lot of Jakes that couldn't have access to the book. Now Jake just full of distractions. You got TV. They didn't have TV and all that bullshit back then. They didn't have media perception. Back then, it was just like, y'all remember like old America? They didn't have all this shit. You know, it was a time when there was plantation. You go from here.
All you knew was the people that were in front of you.
You would have to gather like Django. Yeah, like Django. You see? But then you have this book on your road, and it's like you don't got no choice. How much entertainment are you getting as a pastor? That's what made that Turner different in that time too. He had a different mentality, but he also wasn't distracted. He wasn't entertained by the bullshit. Like he wasn't getting money to get free. He was under a damn devil. Now these churches can get the bag and they can move into these big ass houses. They can move in Candyland, you know. But back then, you know, he had a book and he started what? Started reading. Blessed to see that reader. Yep. He started getting blessed with the prophecies. And you going? So that's what Nat Turner is a very, very spiritual name. Nat is short for Nathaniel, which is a gift of the Most High. Nathaniel Allah. And Turner actually means to revolt. Yeah. If you look up the definition of Turner, to turn, to make a revolve. Like a revolving door. Like a revolving door. A revolving door turn. But you know what? It wasn't his time. He might have been elected.
See, he might be here in the GMS.
Yeah, he might be in Brimstone. You know? And the ones that, because Nat Turner didn't show us anything. There was a band of men that was under Nat Turner that was ready to put their lives on the line. And you know, they didn't, when they captured Nat Turner, they didn't even kill him. They put him in prison.
Yeah.
And they made him stop. I think they made him let him tell his story. Actually tell everything that went on and make like a confession of what he went through.
Yeah, it's a whole book on it. Yeah, there's a whole book. Yeah, they did some horrified shit to him though.
That's how we know about it, because it's the confessions of Nat Turner.
The confessions of Nat Turner.
Yeah. Well, they kept his certain vital organs in the can, skin, but grease. Yeah, grease, man. That's some weird shit.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know what's funny? I was looking at a video today. You know, I put it in the group chat on what the Romans used to do with the barbarians and stuff. They used to get their sweat, and they used to wait for this shit. So what Romans used to do back then, they used to collect the sweat of the barbarians and stuff, like the slaves. And they used to put it in these containers to start selling it. All right, so that lets you know, man, these the same devils in the reincarnation. They was selling slave sweat, bro.
Same spirit, man. Different devil. Or same devil. In reincarnation.
Hell yeah.
It says, therefore they have become great and waxing rich.
Therefore they become great. These pastors have become extremely great. These rich parts of the city that you never see, because it's a lot of counties, and you know, like a state is full of counties. These states be like little countries, man. They be big as hell, you know. And there's so many places that you haven't been in. But see, Esau will send Jacob, and Jacob living in the cut, living fat. They take all your money, and what do? They tuck it away. They tuck it in this bank account. They tuck it in that bank account.
Yep.
That's why a lot of these different companies be getting sued. And then they'll actually know how to write off and actually play like they actually became bankrupt, because they tuck it in all these different bank accounts, man. And a lot of those pastors do the same thing. Like they know their legal rights as pastors, but you know, you have some that will stretch a little bit further than they're supposed to, trying to flirt. Yeah, they're trying to flirt with deceiving the devil. But Esau like, nigga, I done set you up. That's like a hoe having a pimp, and she trying to play her pimp.
Trying to pimp the pimp.
Trying to pimp the pimp, trying to take a little bit of money on the spoiler. What you doing, hoe? It's the same thing.
That's why they get these major drugs.
And with the drug cartel, the pimp will beat her down.
Yup.
He'll beat her down, and then you know what she gonna call him after that? Daddy. I'm sorry, Daddy.
She gonna humble down.
She gonna humble down. Because that's all she doing. They do the same thing with these pastors.
Yeah, they did the same thing with the Dylan Roof shooting in South Carolina. How the Edomite went to the church, and nobody said anything about payback, revenge, or getting any type. It was just love your enemies, and that was it. And it just got slipped under the rug.
Yep. Smoke.
Yeah, this is
Because it's a lot of that.
Jeremiah 5.
You know, the scriptures be having those pastor sections. The other one speaks about how they break the bones.
Yep.
You know, in the cauldron. You know, mixing you up. Yeah, Micah.
Breaking the bones.
Just tearing you, tearing that ass up in that church, man. JP in that church tore up.
You thinking you a Gentile the whole time, you an Israelite.
And then you have your grandma, finished. You lived in the same house her whole life, struggling to pay rent. And then you think like, yo, how much money you done gave in your lifetime to that church?
Is she a mother in the
Man,
church?
she probably done gave $150,000 to that pastor.
She a mother.
You gotta think, every time she go in the church, she giving that, the big portion. You know, giving this amount. They say if you save $20 from 20 to 65.
It's like $160,000.
Like 100, I think I said like 219,000.
Yeah, something
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's $20, but you go in the church throwing them 50s, and then they're gonna run it back around again. They're gonna run it
do
once.
about 3-4 times.
They're gonna develop it.
Hey, y'all, that's what they did in
What's that?
the organ.
That
Yeah.
thing started. Yeah.
That's what they did in Welcome to America. You remember he was in the church. He put the whole the money in there. The pastor was, oh shit, like damn.
And that shows you that also on Don't Be a Minister.
Yeah.
Why pastor got to make this house? He said, don't ask for questions. Don't ask. But
That's
you know,
off,
it's
man.
comical, but it's actually true. It's true.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, they had a toothpick because he had a collection plate.
Well, because during, like you said, pimps, during the 70s and the 80s, man, when Esau started really changing, they was going from, because in the 70s, that was when pimps was running America. In the 80s came, that was when drugs came over. And that was, so what did the pimps leave? They left the streets. The laws changed. You got all this pandering and all these crazy laws. Them pimps went straight from the streets to the pulpit.
What Bishop
It's all about your talk. You know, scripture says wisdom shall be known through speech.
Yeah.
You can judge a man by speech, and they be eloquent as all hell. You gotta watch those niggas that got this super, cool with they lip, that smack, man.
And what's that? The scriptures, avoid a man that talks with his teaches with his hands.
Brother, get that in Proverbs. That's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
You know, we're gonna keep going on that. So we gotta come on to that one. That's a really good one.
Jeremiah 5:28. They are waxing fat.
They're waxing fat. But if you know what Jake, that's Jake talk right there. He saw I think my finances are getting pretty fat, babe. Esau will never I never heard any white person or Chinese person say something like, yo, pockets fat. What? They don't, that's not their talk. That's Jake. Yeah, living fat. You know, especially Jake in New York. Brothers remember New York talk rappers, Nas, that was one of the main things they was talking about, living fat. You know?
Fat farm.
Yeah, fat farm. Yeah. And that's how you spell it. Like, in the South, that's how you
Pretty hot. It's pretty hot and tempting.
Yeah. It says
They are waxing fat. That means they stole a lot of your funds, man. Keep taking and taking and taking and taking. They're not slowing down. This will make you feel bad if you're not actually giving enough.
Remember the James Brown? Was that James Brown movie? And they showed you how Little Richie got his whole energy from the pastors in the South. And they showed the whole past. He had his slick.
Yeah.
Slick back, his perm and all that. That's where Little Richie got the whole style from. From pastors.
They had this one pastor.
James Brown.
They had this one pastor. He was getting he was in a court. But the judge was basically, he got caught up on some charges of I don't know if you remember that. But he basically tried to cut up a Mercedes, and it was like he tried to make two cars in one. I don't know if you brothers have actually seen that. But the lady was like, yo, you took all this money from this is what the judge is talking to him about. You took all this money from what the hell did he make? He made like a Mercedes Maybach. It was some crazy shit. Like I don't know how he did that. I think he took two of different brands and put it. She was like, do you believe that you need this type of stuff to run a congregation? And he was like, Yeah, I mean, I do need this type of stuff. You know, I do have a brand. He basically like I got a brand that I got to sell to these people. I'm entitled to look a certain way. Shoes like $3,000, $4,000 shoes, yada yada yada. But you know the thing about it too, a lot of those judges be. It's like this is a devil judging a devil.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it with those judges be teaching bullshit, be judging people according to bullshit anyways, man. Would they say the same thing to a woman that's trying to get child support?
Right.
From a million? You think that's child support? You think this actual child needs to get $30, $40, $50, $60,000 a month? Or a year? Or a year? Or a year? Show me a child that actually needs that amount of money. This is a hypocritical society.
And you remember, bro, Juanita Biden, I think the pastor's wife or whatever, many years ago, she said to the congregation that she needed a $10,000 pen. She was telling her congregation that she needs to keep up her image for her congregation, so she needed $100,000 for clothes, and she had this pen, and she wrote checks for a $10,000 pen.
And she probably got it.
Hell yeah, she got it.
I got something. Well, matter of fact, yeah, read that because I want to see what's in the Proverbs.
This is 1 Peter chapter 5. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 2. It says, "Feed the flock of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, which is among you. Take the oversight thereof, not by constraints, but willingly, not for filthy lucre,
Not for filthy lucre.
but of a mighty mind."
Yeah, because you know, lucre represents money, but filthy lucre is not the way you go about it. You go about getting money in a filthy way.
Why you want it?
Yeah. And just to impress, just to show that you have it, to basically show out, they be having these pastor shows, man. And it shows really how those pastors be living. Those pastors, they're deadly, man. I was being the rival chat. The worst pastors too be the Edomite pastors, man. They got that one devil who was kicking them out. Is that him? The crazy looking white.
He like a demon.
Yeah, Kevin Cope.
Yeah.
Kevin Cope.
That's a demon.
Yo,
Ain't that the same one y'all put in the group chat? Yeah, that's him. Yep.
Yeah, that's him.
Yep. Oh, yeah, he's a devil.
His eyes.
I think he said that the congregation need to give him the coronavirus stimulus, you know, actually pay the majority of the stimulus checks to him.
Yeah, Kevin
But
Cope.
it was just, and the funny thing is, he ain't even done that like that, man. He finished, man.
He like a fiery brimstone type.
Yeah, one of those type of things. But you know,
Because these leaders that's being lords over the Most High's heritage, but being examples to the flock.
yeah, being examples to the flock. So whatever you do, it should be displayed unto the men. You know, but we'll read that in our Proverbs.
Yeah, cause Proverbs 6 and 13, and it says 6 and 13. It says he winketh. I'm gonna start at 12 if you don't mind. Yeah. It says Proverbs 6 and 12. It says a naughty person. I'm gonna start at 11. So shall thy poverty come as one that traveleth, and thy wants as an armed man. A naughty person, a wicked man,
A naughty person, a wicked man,
walketh with a froward mouth,
walketh with a forward mouth,
and it says, verse 13, it says, he winketh with his eyes,
he winketh with his eyes,
and he speaketh with his feet,
and speaketh with his feet. Those are the gestures, the way you talk, you know, the body language, and speaking with his feet. All that, you know.
Someone will walk back and forth. And,
Walk that.
yeah.
Going through the whole
Yeah,
church.
just going through the whole church. And that's how comedians and entertainers act.
Right, because exactly.
When you see a comedian, you'll see a Cat Williams, he be all over this way, then they had a light chasing him there, then the light chasing him. You actually gotta be, I don't think damn, the motherfucker they gotta chase with that light, you gotta be on point.
Oh, they be sweating.
Oh yeah, they be sweating.
They
They gotta hold on, then they'll slow it down. All right, let's slow it down. Then they'll speed it up.
They got the drummers and
Then they had to.
One drummer, he.
hey, well, if I may, bro, it was like you were saying,
They're entertainers, man.
well, there's an Edomite show.
And it puts spirits on.
Yeah, there's an Edomite show where these pastors, they're so-called, you know, white pastors. It's a show where they like country
they got their church. It's a comedy. It's like on HBO. Where the church is in the mall, right? The church is in the mall, and the pastors they be showing behind the scenes. It's a comedy. The pastor, he don't care about the sermon. His thing is the show. So we got a good show coming up Sunday. That's how he talks about it. We got a good show coming up. I need you to come.
He's telling the truth, but he's making a comedy.
But it's a comedy, and they show the whole energy is. I need a good performance. To hell with the words.
Yeah.
We need you to get up here and sing. We need these little. It's a show, man. It's a show. It's not
Like, is you teaching them, or
Well, you notice if you watch
actually, actual dancing? Because it's truly a concert, and that's really the.
Yes.
If you really go into it, that's really that Kundalini spirit. Our brother did a lesson. The brother in Texas did a demon of Kundalini, and the way that they be acting that demonic vibration, I'm gonna put in the group. And also, it's a satanic ceremony. If you ever see the Haitians, those Haitian ceremonies where they be cutting the chickens, they move just like people in the churches. And that's where you have that term to be speaking in tongues.
Yeah.
They're really demon possessed.
Yeah. It's energy harvesting.
Proof of that is in Corinthians where it speaks about when you actually speak, you're supposed to have somebody to interpret it, man. Whatever if you say something and nobody can interpret it, you ain't supposed to be saying that.
Shut up. You gotta shut up.
You gotta shut your mouth. Because it's like, what the hell? And then they say, oh, he's speaking in tongues. Tongues is another word for languages.
And the
He
Bible
ain't speaking
clearly say
Spanish. He ain't speaking French.
Right.
He ain't speaking. It'd be one thing if you, this man just started
Italian?
speaking French. He the hell he just started.
Right.
That'd be one
Swahili.
thing. And then somebody breaks it
Yeah.
down. Oh, he just broke it. Because when you read the book of Acts, when they spoke about them in the tongues, the cloven tongues,
It's a beautiful language.
they said it was how did we have to hear every man speaking in his language?
Yeah.
That was a miracle, but they can understand the language.
Right.
Yeah.
But what the hell is humping that little?
They speaking demon.
Double do.
And then you ask them after, yo, what the hell did you just say?
What? Hey, how are you, man? No, man.
Oh, they just never know men. It's mainly women that speak in tongues.
They'll
too.
be involved.
Yeah.
They'll be involved with the shit. Like, oh, you don't caught the Holy Spirit. But what the word holy just means a separate spirit. What kind of vibration just jumped on you? Like damn demon, man. Like I said, I've seen actually when you look at those Haitian ceremonies, they'll cut the heads off the chicken and they'll do all this.
Sometimes pour it on you.
Well, they'll do what
Yeah.
the chicken do.
They'll do what the chicken.
They'll do what the
Because
chicken
it's the
do.
demon, man. Like I said, it goes back to that Kundalini.
Man, that's weird, man.
Yep.
You doing on that? And it says he winketh with his eyes.
He winked with the eye.
He speaketh with his feet.
You see, hey, when they be actually, getting together, they'll be getting with those young girls, man. They'll wink at them, do a little something. Because they'll tell them like, yo, I got my eye on you. And a lot of sex happens in the church.
A lot of adultery happens.
A lot of adultery happens.
Yes.
Shit, I remember a girl that was sexing in the church that I went to. And I'm like, am I the only one in the world that witnessed it? Nah.
Bro,
That's where it goes down.
Listen, when I was younger, man, we went to a vacation Bible study one summer, man. But everybody was freaking off at the vacation in the lake. Everybody was getting in the shower, in the water. Goddamn.
I got a small testimony.
That's where you get the
Gotta
hose.
bring it out on these churches. I had an ex-girlfriend in high school, right? And her dad was a deacon at both of our churches. Broke up with her ass. Come to find out, a few months later, her dad was sleeping around on her mom. With another deacon's wife.
Oh yeah, that's big.
At the same church.
Man, come on, bro.
My same thing happened with my mother. My father and my mother were going through a divorce. And the pastors, they love marriage counsel. Because that's their way of playing on the Sister Johnson. They start rubbing on the neck and sorry you're going through this, sister. Maybe we could do a little, and they fall soup to that. And a lot of pastors be popping, pastors be running through these women.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to pull up, but I may not have time for it. But
I'm gonna finish this off.
Women know they got that bad.
Yeah.
They said 5:30, right?
Yep.
But when you look at those Catholic rape cases, it's so many of them. I was trying to type in how many Catholic rape cases.
Like criminal
Tatiana or something.
Solicitous.
I think
it's like $4 billion. It's like $4 billion in fines that they paid.
Yeah.
The church is paying like $4
literally had to
billion.
pay billions.
Billions.
Listen to this one. From 2001 to 2010, the Holy See examined sex abuse cases involving about 3,000 priests, some of which dated back 50 years.
Damn.
And that's 3,000, not the cases. It's
it's way.
So imagine the
They
money.
got major cases, they got minor cases, they got ones, they got
$30
stuff in
billion.
the drugs, and they had to pay out a lot of people, personal families, so-called restitution. Would that be restitution? Restitution.
They have a lot of blood on their hands, man.
They got a lot of blood on, but you know what? Those Catholic centers, those are they do a lot of sex trafficking.
Well, you know, they got them schools, them Catholic boys schools and girls schools, and it's all boys, it's all girls, in boarding schools and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, especially like up top, like New England.
Shit. It was a major case in Guam.
Guam.
You know, Guam sits in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It's like, you got Hawaii, then you got Guam, and then you got the Indonesian island. That's like how it's in the middle of nowhere.
I think from Guam to them islands, it's damn near across the whole United States. It's another United States.
It's a whole nother, it's a whole nother part. But the past, there was a priest that was over there in Guam like years ago, and he molested everything over there.
Damn.
To the point, it was a big story. Like it was like he molested everything. They had to ship him from the island. This was like 40, 50 before the internet, where Esau could really get away with this type of shit. Running it up over there in that island, man.
That's all.
It says he teacheth with his fingers.
Teach it with his fingers, man. So why do you need all this body language? Because that's how you possess people, man. People are possessed by hand motions.
Charisma.
Yep, charisma. What do they call it? The sleight of the hand. When you see magicians, it's all about how they trick the eye. It's a way that you can deceive the eye. And then they have these different objects, like in churches, they have the object of Jesus Christ, the rosary beads. And they have all these different things.
Different colors.
They have the colors.
Yep.
And it looks like an ancient world grove. When you look at a church, the pillars and how it the branches branch out. When you look at groves back in the ancient world, we're speaking about how they sacrificing the groves.
You already know it look like that in them.
Right.
You already know it look like that.
But you can see it on the outside. Like, if you look close enough, they have all types of imagery and
They got all kind of imagery and maybe demonic constructs.
probably 2 male angels probably doing
Satan
something.
comes from underneath the ground somewhere.
But you never see no black. And then you were like, why is it always white? Why is the doctrine always this white Jesus? This white Jesus here. You don't never see it like, you know what, let's just change it up. That's the minute they're gonna shut your shit down, man.
Yep.
That was it, right?
I can read one more verse. It says verse 15, or verse 14, and it says, frowardness is in his heart.
Forwardness is in his heart. Keep going.
He deceiveth mischief continually.
Deceiveth mischief continually. And they'll never rescind. They'll never retract. You know what? I've been teaching years and years of bullshit. You know what? Even if they figure out. If you out so-called teach the majority of these pastors the truth and they see it, it's the richest. You know, a lot of people can't come to the truth because of how much money they make. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this job, this occupation where I have all these stuff right off. I got all this stuff set out. I got dozens of people that trust in me, and I'm just gonna swing the street. Keep going.
In the last part, it says, he soweth discord. He soweth discord.
And you think that church is basically a place of unification, but it's a place of division. And that's why so much gossip that takes place in church. You know, you'll have an aunt, sister, she be in church, yes, sister so-and-so.
Talking about each other food.
Yeah, she's still on that martyr, yeah, because she done gave all her damn money out to the pastor that y'all
You know
love.
her daughter.
You know her son in back in jail.
But they don't try to do anything to reconstruct, to really build, you know? And that ain't even, the scriptures speak about how a woman's supposed to learn in silence.
Yep.
Under a man.
At home too.
If you bring that out of church, you know what everybody's gonna say?
I've never.
I've never.
Oh, they're gonna be walking out.
You had that one thing with Megan Good and her husband.
Oh, yeah.
And the lady actually asked the actual, she said, how can you come up here, you know, speaking all this, and you actually dress inappropriately on all these different magazines? You basically show yourself as a slut. She didn't call her a slut, but she was
did,
like,
basically,
she did, but in so many words, she basically said, you know, you got to do better than that.
Clean up your act.
You got to clean up your act if you representing in front of
pastor's
a
wife.
A pastor's wife. And then the pastor.
Yeah,
that's him. Like a monkey. They're like, yeah, she could dress how she want to dress and yada yada yada. She looks sexy in it.
It's a bit simple.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
But that's how folks out this world is. You know, they're turning things upside down.
She was on the radio. It's like when she was on the radio, they was like, how your husband feel about you doing sex scenes and all that movies. She was like, he just said making them real.
She gonna make it. She ain't gonna make it look real. She gonna make that shit.
That shit is real.
She's probably getting her guts banged out by Meek Mill or somebody right now.
Man, that's off.
But that's this world, man. And that's what this world subscribes unto. Everybody will put a thumbs up to that type of vibration and energy. Keep going. But yes,
That was you don't mind.
okay. You read that and we'll go. Close up.
Yeah. This is Jeremiah 23, and I'm going to start at 1. It says, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep.
Yeah,
of my pasture.
woe is another word for destruction. Destruction to the pastor that scatter and destroy the sheep. Alright?
Said the Lord Yahweh. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh by Yahweh shout power of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. He has scattered my flock.
Got scattered my flock. And they don't feed the truth. They won't go into the book of Revelation. They won't go into the book of Daniel. They don't even know what the Apocrypha. If you ask, majority, they don't even know what the Apocrypha is. It'd be one thing is like, oh yeah, the Apocrypha you talking about, yada yada yada.
You gotta say a book.
The lost books that was in
Yeah, the lost, yeah.
I don't even know the book of Obadiah.
They don't even know.
Right.
They don't even know books within the Bible.
Yeah,
like can we just do it? Like, let's not even break it down. Can you give me a brief overview of the book of Nahum?
Right. Of the what?
Of the who?
Of the who? Amos.
Yeah, they don't even know Amos.
Yeah, Haggai. You just show them this book. What does this say, Pastor? The name? I'll get back to you. They don't even know certain books that be in the Bible, let alone read them, let alone teach them.
Bro, even in the New Testament, they be like, the book of Jude.
Right.
Philemon.
Oh, don't even say Philemon.
There be books that you find out, you get, bro, you come into the truth, you be like, I didn't even know all this was
in the Bible.
Everything good.
So this set up and designed to scatter and basically feed you lies. Because what did the Lord tell Ezekiel before he started to basically get out there and teach? He said, Ezekiel, eat the whole roll.
God.
You know, then go out and teach the people.
Uh-huh.
So you got to know this roll. You got to know this book. You got to know what this word provides. You know, you have what it said. It was written therein and there, within and without, of lamentations, mourning, and woe. When I go to the churches, I do not hear about lamentations, mourning. They might not know that's a book. They would never say, look, let's just read. If they read the book of Lamentations just without even breaking it down, their congregation might go commit suicide, man. But it's so simple, they don't even know how to match words. Think about Israel being in captivity. They don't know who the Israelites is. You know what they do? They'll just fall asleep because it's boring. They don't know how it applies. But really, if you're really breaking it down and seeing how it applies to our people, that's a book of real it hits hard. Right. Lamentations is really like Deuteronomy 28, 4th chapter.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
You talk about eating the whole roll and going out to teach. The pastors can't even eat the understanding of one verse, John 3:16.
Right.
3:16.
They choke on that.
They choke on that. But I think, I said in 4 chapters, I think Lamentations is actually 5.
Yeah, 5.
We won't go that again.
Yeah, I went to the 5th chapter goes into how people are hung by their hands. That's talking about slavery, man.
Princes are hung by their hands.
Princes are hung by their hands. Yep, that's strange.
Yeah, scatter my flock, and driven them away.
Scatter my flock, driven them away. Driven them away to what? Other wolves. Because when a flock of sheep scatter, you got nothing but predators. Look at that.
Right. To the rest of the
Sheep
pack.
don't know how to defend themselves. That's
To the
why
rest of
people
the pack.
run to packs.
They're vulnerable.
You know, the thing about people are creatures of groups. As a person, you know, it was in your spirit to join something.
Right.
I knew I had to join something and be a part of something. Everybody knows that.
Right.
Whether it's a political organization or a business or
Fraternity or sorority.
people get together.
That's
just
human nature.
That's just human nature.
Sociology.
Sociology.
Yeah.
But it's all about what type of
Society,
socio.
yeah.
What socio goes into the people
Right.
that you join
How
up
you
to.
interact with
The
everybody.
scripture says, "Get thee like righteous men like unto me."
Yep,
What happens,
con.
bro, with these people, with these like you said, the scatter, is you might start on a church over here on this side of town, and they offend you. You be offended by the pastor, or you be offended by the people in the congregation because y'all are gossiping. So what you do, you go to they just people end up hopping from church to church. And even to bring this on to Israel, the same thing happens with people. They leave Christianity, and because they feel naked and they don't want to be alone, they go to these easier Hebrew Christian groups. They might go to Nate, because Nate ain't nothing but a like a blended Christian Hebrew thing. They're really Christians that like if you took a black church and gave them garments and fringes and
They'll be alike.
They'll celebrate
Put a little
Christmas,
bit more
celebrate the
extra-
Passover.
put a little bit more
That's
in.
Nate.
Yep. That's how they get you. But we're gonna read this last verse.
They have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, said the Lord your house.
Yeah, and the Lord, when He returns, He's gonna visit upon you evil. You didn't teach about mournings, lamentations, and woes, so you're gonna feel it firsthand. Because hey, what the Scripture says, I'm gonna bring evil. The word eve is time. And deal is sick, bad times. And you current, that's why it speaks about the lights, being turned to darkness, because you have to get it that tells you about these things that are going to come about. But so hopefully you're going to edify and you're going to buy anybody giving all praise and honor and glory unto you.
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Rakakodash.
The bottom of the apostle that was a great millstone.
Shalom. Let me see.
I'm going to go ahead.
Can you get this right here?
That's not hard.
Yeah, the water, bro.
I'm probably going to be a little bit late.